Hi, this is Linda with No Frills ASMR. I thought I would show you a book haul. I bought all of these books yesterday. So I just wanted to share with you their kind of ideas, maybe, or inspiration for future videos. I have opened my window even though it's cold outside because there's just a drizzling of rain. I don't know if my microphone will pick it up, but it's so nice. I just love the sound of drizzly rain. Anyway, but there's like a cold breeze going in. And there's some birds chirping. It just makes me think of spring. Anyway, so I just thought we could go through these books and discuss a little bit of what I got. Look, guys, I just made this. It was so funny. I had this piece of paper and I was like, hey, I remember making paper dolls. Is that what you call these? Like little paper dolls holding hands. And so I thought I'll try to do a short and cut them out in under. A short has to be less than a minute. And I did it. I folded it and cut them. Their heads are huge, but so then I drew little faces on them. This guy's supposed to look like Elvis. I don't know about that. This girl was going to be really cute, but then she turned out kind of crazy. Her teeth are too big. I wanted her to be like a 1960s mod chick. This is just a regular guy. And that's me. And that's a person. So there you go. Kind of a fun little project. I think I might keep them, and the next time I do a collage, maybe I'll work them into it somehow. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Actually, these could make like good little book markers, page markers. All right, let's start the old. Oh, and I have my water bottle in case, in case my throat gets a little dry. With the kitty cat stickers. I did a video where we put these on. If you want to watch. Okay, let's see. Should I just start at the top? I guess so. So all these books, there's our local library, they have a used book shop so people can donate books and then they sell them real inexpensively. And then all the money goes to the library. And I like going there because you can find all kinds of strange things, interesting books, old books. But I bought this entire stack of books for less than $15. They're like a really good deal. And I just want to real quick say thanks to everybody who has been so generous in the super thanks. And so I thought, well, I better get more books I can look at with that. And also, I want to get another Lego set to do because that was kind of fun. But I went to Target the other day. I may have already said this in a video I recorded. I can't remember. But dang, they're expensive. Legos are expensive. So I don't know. I kind of like somebody had said the succulent set's really cool. So anyway, they had an electric guitar and it was like behind, it had like a alarm system on it. I think it was $200. That's crazy. All right, so this book is called Are You Shedding? I'll whisper it so that the young kids don't hear me. It's 1,004 facts that will scare the crap out of you. I have no idea what this will be, but this might be a fun one to just do a flip through on because it could be funny. Let's see, what do they say? Fact: your nose and sinuses produce about 1 liter of snot every day. Most of it is swallowed. Okay. Well, that's if you're good and hydrated, I imagine. Speaking of which, oh, by the way, this video might be a little rambly. I can see it coming. I'm in a mood. So I went to the dentist yesterday. Actually, I went to the dentist 2 days in a row. The first day, I got my teeth cleaned and x-rayed, and I could feel like a little hole in my back molar. And I had said this when I went to a different dentist like 2 years ago. And they said nothing was wrong with it. But this time I was like, I feel this hole. And they were like, oh yeah, your filling that was there has cracked and fallen out. So I went back the very next day, which was nice to have it filled. And I just love this new dentist. They're like so good. Like, have you done the cleanings where they use I think they call it like ultrasonic or something? I don't think that works. You got to get the old scraper. I want all that stuff scraped off those teeth, man. My teeth feel so clean, and I take really good care of my teeth. She's like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. And I floss, and I use those they're like, I don't know what they're called. They're like little rubber things you stick in between your teeth and kind of just go back and forth and massage it. They're so good, you guys. If you've never tried those, they're like picks, but you put them in between your teeth, because some of my teeth are really tight together. It's hard to get floss. Anyway, and I brush multiple times a day. Where was I going with that? Oh, I know. So I went to get the filling filled. But she said that I am very well hydrated. She's like, you make a ton of saliva, but that's good because you're really well hydrated, which was a compliment I didn't know I needed. I was like, thank you so much. I have another story from the dentist, but I can't decide. I'm slightly embarrassed. I don't know whether to. I don't think I. Okay. So this book is called where were we? Blue ice or frozen waste from an airplane's leaky toilet tank has been known to break off the craft and fall to earth. I feel like I've been hearing about this lately. There's like this one place in, I don't know why I want to say New Jersey, I don't know, where this stuff from the plane's toilet keeps falling in like the same location over and over again. Have you heard of that? I'm going to have to look that up. I can't remember. All right, fact. Roman Emperor Nero, AD 5468, was a sadistic, sexually depraved lunatic who took his mother as a lover, then had her killed when she tried to control him. Wow. Okay. Fact. In some parts of Asia, newborn mice and rats, sometimes called pinkies, are eaten whole, either deep fried or grilled. I don't like to judge what other people eat in other countries because, look, there are things we eat here that are just as disgusting, but we are so used to it. So I hate it kind of when people go, oh my God, I can't believe they eat that. Like, I don't know, you're just killing mice and rats, I guess. But yeah, that does not gross. Fact, NASA predicts that an asteroid larger than 55 yards wide will strike the Earth roughly every 100 years. Oh no. Oh, here's some more. They use maggots to clean wounds. The use of maggots to clean wounds has proven to be effective for patients who don't respond to traditional treatment. Okay. I don't know if that's shocking to me, even though it's kind of gross sounding, but they probably put off, like some insects put off something that keeps stuff from rotting so that they have more time to eat it. I just made that up. I think that's genius. I think that might be true. I just made that up. I don't know why sometimes my brain just goes, that's a fact. Now, Maybe I've heard that at some point, but I think I just made it up. Okay. Fact. Sorry, I need another drink of water. Hold on. I think this rain's making me hyper. I just love it. I'm going to go for a walk. I love walking in the rain. I should work, though. I have some work to do. I don't feel like doing it. Fact, the Icelandic dish hakari is beheaded basking shark that is buried in the ground for 6 to 12 weeks to putrefy before it is eaten. Okay, that's gross. I don't know about that. Okay. Fact, used during the Dutch Revolt, rat torture involved trapping rodents under a bowl on a prisoner's stomach, then heating the bowl's exterior so the animals would eat through the victim's flesh to try to escape. Oh, I should have put a warning on this video. This is when we do this one, this is some dark stuff, man. What? That's crazy. Remember the show Fear Factor? Joe Rogan hosted Fear Factor. And they'd put people in, like, I remember when it first came out, and my sister and I'd always say to our kids, we'd try to get them to eat like broccoli, and we'd be like, is fear a factor? And then they'd do it because it was a challenge. The average person picks his nose 5 times every hour, occasionally eating what he picks. Well, I don't doubt part of this fact, but 5 times every hour? I mean, you don't have enough time in the day. You have to work. I don't buy that. I wonder how many of these facts have been verified. Oh. Well, she seems to have some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Sources, but they're just websites. And I don't know, are these websites to be trusted? Because, come on, let's be real. I see Harvard, Popular Mechanics, Urban Dictionary, Business Insider. I feel like Business Insider, I see a lot of like top 10 and they're just clickbait kind of thing. Anyway, that'll be fun. I think this will be fun to look at. Okay, next. All right, I haven't done a word search since I was in like elementary school or whatever. But speaking of rain days, that's what it makes me think of. Remember when you'd have a rain day, you couldn't go out for recess, and your teacher would hand you like a word search, and that was supposed to be fun. But the best rain days are when they'd like let you sit on your desk and you'd have a ball and you'd throw the ball around the room. That was fun. Anyway, I have heard that for some reason, and I don't know exactly what study they did, it's questionable, but that word searches are really good for keeping your brain sharp and keeping dementia at bay. And it's interesting because they studied crossword puzzles, which you would think would be really great, and other sorts of word games. But for some reason, word searches seem to be useful. And like I said, I hadn't done any since, I was a kid. But I thought, oh, I'll try it. And I like the large print. Talk about being old. So I think I'm going to try to do like one a day. I don't know. Is that something I should do on here? I don't know. Or is that just boring? It might be just too boring. Let's just see if we can find one word, oregano, or as they say in England, oregano. But let's see, O-R. Boy, oh boy, I haven't done this. Oregano right there. Boom. How do we do this? Do you circle it like old school, or do you get like a highlighter pen? bet like a yellow highlighter. I don't think I have one of those. Let me see real quick. I have every other kind of pen over here. Let's see. I have a red dry erase. No, I don't want to do that. All right, we'll get a yellow highlighter and do one of these. I don't know. Maybe I'll try doing it on here and see if that's interesting to anybody. It's always hard to know. I don't even, I get ASMR. This is weird, I even get ASMR from my own videos sometimes. But you never know what's going to do it. Like, surprisingly, the ones where I'm just like tracing, I actually really enjoy those. So this might be good. I don't know. All right. So that'll be interesting. We'll try that. All right. This is another word a day. And they're just words and their meanings. When I was in college, my roommate and I would pick a word every day. And this is so nerd, this is so geeks, but I'd put it on the refrigerator with the meaning, and then we'd try to use that word throughout the day, and we did that every day. And then I kind of did that when my boys were young. I'd do that. I'd put a word on the refrigerator every day. But I haven't done that in a while, and I should. And my like grandma's family on my dad's side, they always did a word. They'd pull out their big dictionary and look up a word every day and discuss it. So anyway, I thought I should do that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should do is a short word of the day on the video shorts. We could do it together. I don't know. The only problem with shorts, the volume is so weird with shorts. I think they raise the volume to match other shorts, but then it adds all this background noise. I can't figure it. So I have to put a song attached to it. And then, this is insider stuff. Once you have a song on there, then you can control volume. Isn't that weird? So then I have to turn the song volume completely off and then turn down the original volume. And it seems to be the only way I can control it. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Some of these words I'm looking at, like never, I mean, I guess that's the point, but I've never seen them before. I've seen that one. Huh. Well, this will be, might be interesting. What's in a name? Huh. Words from poetry. Fishy words. Words with double connections. They just came up with random subject things, didn't they? Words from medicine. Some of these I don't even know how I don't know if I could I mean, they have pronunciations, but sometimes I don't quite know how to read this. Well, here's one I think we all know. Placebo. A noun, a substance having no medication, such as sugar pills, prescribed merely to satisfy a patient or given in a clinical trial to compare and test the effectiveness of a drug. Something such as a remark or action that is used to soothe someone but has no remedial value for what is causing the problem. From Latin placebo, I shall please. One thing about placebo is people are like, oh, that person was probably faking it because the placebo worked. But I don't think that's what it is. It's that your brain is so powerful that sometimes when you have a placebo, your brain will actually believe it, which changes your whole body's chemistry, at least for a while. It can help. So, I don't know. Your brain's just so powerful. That's all I'm going to say about it. All right, well, that'll be interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll do. I'm not sure what I'll do with any of these. I just bought them. Yeah, so this one was 75 cents. This was $2. That other one was $2. Sorry, I keep bumping my camera. This one's a weird one. And by weird, I mean interesting. It's called An Astounding Atlas of Altered States, the Real Stories of the States That Never Came to Be. This was $2, and let me just open it up real quick. I wasn't really sure while I was looking at it at the place what exactly I was looking at, and I wasn't sure if this would be very interesting. But once I got it home and looked at it, I think it's going to be really interesting. It's like, excuse me, when they have thought about creating a state and the story behind that, I just think it's going to be interesting. So I don't know if I'll just use this for coming up with ideas, because there are a lot of them in here. I'll have to read some of these and see how interesting they really are. But it's like, I was looking at this one, this New Connecticut, and they said, apparently, it says, Vermont sure seems like it should have been one of the original 13 colonies. Vermont, okay? It wasn't. In fact, early Vermonters wanted nothing to do with the United States. So when I do the 13 colonies, like, I think this is going to be part of that, because this is kind of interesting. The name choice may seem a bit odd. Oh, sorry, I skipped. In fact, Vermonters wanted nothing to do with the United States. In 1777, they declared themselves a separate country, which they named New Connecticut. And here's New Connecticut. The name choice may seem a bit odd, since the old Connecticut wasn't really all that old, but tacking new was one of the era's trendy fads. So they wanted to create this, or they did create a country, I guess. And then they talk about like how they added, at first they had a stripe for every state and a star for every state, but then they realized they're going to end up with way too many stripes, so they ended up just adding a star whenever they added a state, but kept the stripes, the 13 for the 13 original colonies. It's interesting. So anyway, I just think, there might be some stuff in here. I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll be fun to look at. I mean, it's not just US. There's things like, I don't know, I haven't really looked that closely. But, yeah, that'll be interesting. Like, what is this? Chesapeake. This is part of Maryland now, right? And there's one about Superior. I don't know where that is, but yeah, this will be interesting, I think, to flip through. Where did it go? I wanted to show you. What was that? Transylvania? What? We're gonna have to read that one. All these things. There's so many things in the world like you've never. Oh, this. They said, I actually read part of this. Michigan, when they were first formed, they wanted to be like, to have more of south of them, part of the state of Michigan. But Congress was like, no, man, that's Indiana, Ohio. So they said, but to make up for that, we'll give you this chunk up here as part of Michigan. And what's interesting, I think I've shown this to you before. Hold on. Let me grab my, I can't resist pulling my map out. But I've shown you before on Michigan, look at how it's really connected. The Upper Peninsula is really connected to Wisconsin. But at the time that Michigan was formed, there wasn't even a bridge here. So it was really like, here's Michigan, and this was part of Michigan, but there wasn't even a connection there. Isn't that crazy? That's what it says on here anyway. I mean, and also, if you're curious, I did a Edmund Fitzgerald video that I kind of love personally, and Edmund Fitzgerald's right there. Anyway, so now there's a bridge here. But I guess because Michigan was kind of like, we don't really want that piece of land. It's not good for farming. It's too rocky. They wanted to create their own state called Superior and just be this as a state. But there just wasn't enough population to support a state. And they're still, out of all of Michigan, I think only like 2% of the population is up here in the Upper Peninsula. But it's beautiful. It's rocky. This water is freezing cold, but it's pretty. Anyway, okay, so that'll be interesting to look through. I think this Altered States book. I'll put this underneath these because it's bigger. That shouldn't be in here. Oh, I did this one the other day. I did a read through. Some neighbor gave me that one. I'll have to try some of those recipes maybe. I don't know. All right, so then I got a couple. This was $1.50. A couple, and it's for kids, but I'm a kid. I'm a kid. I got a couple dog books because I wanted to kind of learn about different breeds of dogs. I've only ever really had one dog. I'll just tell you that story sometime, but in my life, I've never owned a dog, really. But I can't believe I just flipped to this page because this is exactly what I wanted to look up. But I kind of like always have wanted to own a dog. My husband thinks it'll be too much commitment for us because we leave town a lot, and our cats, we can just throw like a ton of food and they're fine. Somebody stops by once a week, whatever. But a dog, we couldn't do that, and he's probably right. But my neighbor down the street has been out walking with a dog that looks almost just like this, but like shorter hair. And that dog is so nice. And I go walking like every day, a few miles. And I read somewhere that like you have to be careful what kind of dog you get because some dogs shouldn't walk that much. I guess that's too much walking. And I kind of think I might foster, but I want to make sure I have the right type of dog that I can walk with. So anyway, oh, maybe their dog it looks somewhere between these two. But it's a good dog, a really good dog. But anyway, I don't know anything about dog breeds. So I thought I would get this and look it over, and maybe sometime I'll become an expert. You know how I do. And do a video on that. Oh, look how cute he is. Oh my gosh. He's adorable. Oh, these are the ones. Remember they used to have those books? I used to love those. And I don't know how I feel about dressing a dog up in clothes, but they looked like good dogs. You know what? This could... Welsh Springer Spaniel. I like the look of that dog. Oh, I like this dog. Look at that. The Vizsla. I've never even heard of that. Makes a great pet for owners with sensitive noses. This clean breed has virtually no odor at all. Oh, I like the sound of that. Okay, I want this guy. Anybody have one of these? Know anything about a Vizsla? That looks like a good dog. I also take a lot of road trips, so I'd have to have a dog that can chill in the car too. I don't know. My husband's probably right. It's more of a dream than an actual, but still I want to learn about them. Yeah, I like this one. I do have a friend who has a dog that doesn't smell very good, and whenever you go to her house, like if you even just touch her dog, your hands smell. I don't want to, I mean, she's a clean person, so I can't imagine the dog isn't clean. I don't know what's going on. Okay, this was $1.50, and it just says good dog, and it has this adorable little puppy on the cover. I mean, how could I not buy this? They're always cute when they're little though, right? Anyway, I just thought, oh look, that's a beauty. So I just thought this would help me too. I could learn. Oh, a wet dog. I bet he smells. He looks like a good boy though. German Shepherd. So anyway, I thought we could go through some of these and look. Oh, I like border collies, but I bet there are probably a lot of training involved with them. Although any dog I think you should train. Ooh, these are like centerfolds. Look, I'm not going to open them yet because we'll look through it. All right, so that'll be fun. Looks cute. Good dog. It's just called Good Dog. Okay, let's put these on top of here. And then, I don't know, I just bought this $1. I'm not sure if I'll learn about horses yet. Maybe. Or we could flip through it. It's kind of nice. They're calling them posters. When I was a kid, my walls, like literally you couldn't, it was like a collage. Like you couldn't see the paint on the wall because I had so many animal posters. I used to get a magazine. I forgot what it was called, like Wild Animal or something. And every month it had a poster. And I'd put it on my wall. And right above my bed was a harp seal with big black eyes. And they used to show videos that were so sad of like harp seals getting beaten. And I'd sit there and look at it and like cry. Okay. I bought a couple of car books because I'm thinking about doing another video on cars. I'm not sure exactly what yet. I have some thoughts. But also this one just is cool because it has like some pretty cool photos. I mean, even if we just do a flip through, I don't know. Oh my God, look at that Corvette right there. That one might be the one with the split window. I would totally drive around in that car. if I could get in. I could get in and out, but I don't know if my husband can. Look at this. See, there was one year where there was like, maybe more than 1 year, I don't remember, but a piece right here, and it was like a split. I think that might be what that is. No, that's the same car. Never mind. Yeah, that would be a fun one to cruise around in. Chevelle. I mean, these are some muscle cars, man. Camaro. I just thought it would be fun. Fun to flip through or to study some things. There's a Corvette. Oh, what's that? AMC and Penske Racing selected the Javelin for use in SCAA Trans Am competition and handily won the championship. I was at the nursing home. Well, it was like a rehab place with my father-in-law in Michigan. And by circumstance, I ended up, there was a man sitting by himself, and I felt kind of like bad for him. So I went and just sat down at the table, and I said, "How are you?" And he started talking, and he was, an old guy, but he had done some, I don't even know what you call it, racing. Like people would own these kind of hot rod cars, and they'd put, I think, even bigger engines in them, and then they'd hire guys like him, and he was like young at the time, to just race them for them. And he was telling me all these crazy stories about when you'd race like a Porsche, I don't know. I'm from Detroit. We don't use that. And Corvettes, and I don't know, he would just race all these cars. He had all these crazy stories. And there was a racetrack there outside of Michigan, outside of Detroit, that he'd race around. It was fun to talk to him. I think if you have the chance ever where there's an old person just sitting around, just strike up a conversation, because so often they have stories that you're like, wait, what? Really? I mean, honestly, when he first started talking, I thought maybe he was kind of making it up or something. But then the more he went on, he was a teacher. It was like listening to Forrest Gump. He had so many stories. He had like when he was a teacher, he got in the Guinness Book of World Records for I forget what now, but it was interesting. He'd race cars like that. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, so yeah, so I bought another class. I bought a couple of these because they were only $2, and they have lots of good pictures. So, oh my, look at this convertible. I love this color. That's cool. What is this one? Ford Skyliner. I think this might be the car. Yeah, 57 Chevy. This is what my mom's first car was, I think. Bel Air. Yeah, this will be fun to flip through. I'll have to pull out pictures of. Oh, here we go. This is the kind of cars he was saying he raced. He said like he had to wear a helmet and stuff. How fun. How crazy. He had stories about going to fancy parties with rich people. So, I don't know. All right. So I got that. So that's it. That's all the books. Yeah, so if any of these seem like something you might want to look at, flip through, or just let me know, because that's fun to do. But yeah, can you believe that? All these, I think the total was like 14 something, and then I like rounded up to 15. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then if I end up not using them or liking them, I just donate them back. So that works out pretty good. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'm working on kind of a bigger subject right now that I have to do a decent amount of research for. So that'll be coming up soon, I think. But otherwise, I've just been working a lot and going to, like, not for me, but sort of doctor's appointments. So that's taking up time. So I just haven't had a whole lot of time to, like, really sit down and think about, ideas. So. But I'll get back to it all soon. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you guys later.